What if the tales of our most ancient civilizations are not just myths, but memories? Memories of a time when humanity wielded power beyond our comprehension. Across the globe, scattered in the dust of forgotten cities and whispered in the lines of sacred texts, lies a chilling question. Could our ancestors have possessed technology powerful enough to wage nuclear war? Thousands of years before modern science split the atom, did humanity already unleash its terrifying power? Ancient texts and mysterious ruins across the world suggest something extraordinary and deeply unsettling. Are we looking at folklore or the faint echoes of a forgotten atomic age? Our journey begins in ancient India, within the pages of the Mahabharata, one of the world's oldest epics. It describes a war of gods and mortals, but its descriptions of weaponry are eerily specific. The texts speak of a single projectile charged with all the power of the universe. An incandescent column of smoke and flame, as bright as 1,000 suns, rose in all its splendor. This weapon, known as the Brahmastra, was said to be so devastating that it could destroy entire armies. The aftermath described is hauntingly familiar. Corpses were burned so badly they were unrecognizable. The survivors' hair and nails fell out, pottery broke without cause, and birds fell from the sky, their feathers turned white. For years the sun was veiled, the land barren. To the modern ear, this sounds less like a Bronze Age battle and more like a detailed account of nuclear fallout. Is it merely poetic hyperbole or a chillingly accurate description of a technology that shouldn't have existed? The stories don't end in India. Let's travel west to the Indus Valley, to a city that met a sudden violent end around 1900 BC, Mohenjo-Daro, the Mound of the Dead. Archaeological excavations revealed a city frozen in time. Skeletons were found lying in the streets, some holding hands, as if an instantaneous doom had swept over them. There were no signs of conventional warfare, no swords or arrowheads, just bodies. What's even more perplexing is what was found at the site. Certain areas showed evidence of vitrification pottery and brick fused together by intense heat exceeding 1,500 degrees Celsius. This level of heat is far greater than what a simple house fire could produce. Some researchers even reported unusually high levels of radiation in the skeletons. While many mainstream archaeologists attribute this to natural geological processes or misinterpretations, the questions linger. What could have generated such heat so quickly to turn a bustling metropolis into a graveyard? This phenomenon of vitrified ruins isn't unique to Met. Across the globe, from ancient forts in Scotland and France to the deserts of Libya, we find strange glassy materials where there should only be sand and stone. The Libyan desert glass, a pure yellowish-green silica glass scattered across hundreds of kilometers, has puzzled scientists for decades. Analysis of this glass suggests it was formed by temperatures so extreme the leading theory is a massive meteor impact. But no impact crater has ever been found. Could these vitrified landscapes be the scars of ancient wars fought with weapons that melted stone into glass? When J. Robert Oppenheimer, the father of the atomic bomb, witnessed the first nuclear test in the New Mexico desert, he famously quoted a line from another Hindu text, the Bhagavad Gita, "Now I am become death." The destroyer of worlds, did he recognize in his creation an echo of a power that had been unleashed once before? This leads us to one of the most controversial theories, the ancient astronaut hypothesis. Could this unimaginable technology have been a gift or a curse from otherworldly visitors? Ancient texts worldwide, from the Indian Vimana blueprints to the biblical descriptions of Ezekiel's wheel within a wheel, seem to describe sophisticated flying machines. These Vimanas, as detailed in texts like the Vimanika Shastra, are described as aerial chariots capable of incredible speeds and carrying devastating weapons. Proponents of this theory point to ancient carvings and artifacts that bear a striking resemblance to modern aircraft and astronauts. They argue that early humanity couldn't have conceived of such technologies on their own. Instead, they believe we were visited by advanced beings, gods from the sky, who shared their knowledge. Perhaps this knowledge included the secrets of atomic energy, a power that, in the hands of warring human tribes, proved to be catastrophic, leading to a great forgetting, a reset of human civilization. Of course, these ideas exist far outside the halls of conventional archaeology and history. Mainstream science offers rational, terrestrial explanations for these phenomena. The vivid descriptions in the Mahabharata, they are seen as the rich, imaginative poetry of a warrior culture, not a technical manual. The vitrified ruins at Mohenjo-Daro and elsewhere. Mainstream geologists attribute them to natural causes, such as lightning strikes creating fulgurites or massive slow-burning fires in ancient structures that, over time, could reach the necessary temperatures. The elevated radiation levels reported at some sites have often been debunked as either natural background radiation or the result of flawed testing methods. Scientists argue that there is no unambiguous, verifiable evidence of a man-made nuclear event in antiquity. For every mysterious skeleton, there is a plausible explanation rooted in disease, famine, or conventional conflict. For every piece of fused glass, there's a lightning strike or a volcano. The argument is simple. Without a verifiable bomb casing or a confirmed fallout layer, the theory of ancient nuclear war remains pure speculation. So where does that leave us? Trapped between myth and evidence, between poetry and physics. We have stories of celestial weapons that mirror our own deadliest inventions. We have ruins that bear the marks of inexplicable, extreme heat. And we have a scientific consensus that tells us it's all a coincidence, misreading of the evidence. But what if history is not a straight line, but a cycle of rise and fall, of discovery and destruction? Perhaps the truth is not an either-or, but a complex tapestry woven from both. Whether these ancient tales are a literal record of forgotten technology or a profound mythological warning, they speak to a deep truth about humanity, our capacity for both brilliant creation and total annihilation. The final answer may be lost to the ages, buried beneath layers of rock and time. But the questions remain, echoing from a past that seems both distant and unnervingly familiar. Whether myth or memory, the spectre of ancient cataclysms continues to haunt our collective past. Could humanity's first great war have ended not with swords and shields, but with a blinding flash of fire from the heavens? History may not remember, but perhaps the Earth does. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the unknown. If you're fascinated by the mysteries of our past, make sure to subscribe to Chronotales for more forgotten history. Until next time, keep questioning.